Welcome in, Renegades. Now, today we're going to have a little discussion about the reason that you need to win in crypto, internet computers. So, today I just want to talk about the attitude to have. We've been talking a little bit about the psychology of crypto. Now it's time to find our fundamental reason why we're going to win in crypto. And then we're also going to talk about what you need to do to win in crypto. So first, you have to have a fundamental reason for yourself to win in crypto, or else you're going to break under the psychology of the market. During the bear market, we saw ICP at $5. We saw other cryptos at these prices that they're at now. Ethereum's gone up a lot in the last little bit. Why haven't altcoins? Well, so this is just a psychological thing to have you guys sell your ICP, your CKB, your Algorand at low prices so that then the price will move up. And it won't just, be a gradual thing. We will automatically just shoot to like $10 with ICP. We will get back up to about a penny with CKB. This market is something that you have to find a reason to survive in. So my reason, one, I never had a drive so much in my life to do something as crypto has given me. One, it made me an entrepreneur on YouTube. I was never thinking about YouTube. I didn't even really watch YouTube before that. And then I got really into YouTube and what it could do. I made 4 videos a day for over a year. No sponsorships, no nothing, just building my brand because I found the reason. And I found a community. So I found a community in crypto before I did YouTube at this place called Express Crypto, which was like a little micro wallet, micro faucet, so basically what it did is it gave you like a wallet to hold this crypto you could earn. But anyway, I found a community. There was a lot of people there. And then I wanted to build something cool. And I also wanted to make some money because at the time I wasn't doing so good financially. It was during the pandemic and everything. And so when I found my reason, I was like, okay, I don't have no money if my daughter ever, graduates and goes to college. I don't have nothing to give her. I don't have anything to, provide like a new car if I need one. I worked, other jobs. I was working at Domino's. I bought my first car. But I wanted, to build a life for myself. And so my reason was one, my family. I was able to give my mom money. I want her to get a new car. And, my fundamental reasons were sound. So I was willing to put in the work that it needed for that. And then, so the first bull market, it was very hard. So if this is your first bull market, it was hard to navigate because I didn't know when to sell. I kept buying like things that were, overpriced, but right now in the market is the time to buy crypto. So this is why I'm talking about this is you're like, okay, well, ICP has been around this price. These cryptos have been kind of staying stagnant over the last couple of years. There's been like 1 or 2 pumps. Well, the point in crypto is to buy these dips, to be able to just accumulate small amounts over time, even $20 a week, $40 a week, whatever you can afford to put into crypto. And if you have a reason, the whole point of this video, if you have a reason to, want a future for yourself, if you have a reason, then you will put in the effort to put money into crypto every couple of weeks or every week or every paycheck that you get, because it will make a difference. Because a lot of people still talk about traditional investing. And this is another thing. Like, I talk to people about crypto all the time. I make all this money in crypto and I'm trying to show people that there is money in crypto. You can even, learn how to futures trade and gamble if you're a gambler. There's something for everybody in crypto. But if you're just somebody who likes to invest in stocks or, bonds or anything like that, basically what you can do is invest in crypto. It's not that hard. Basically, you can use Coinbase for most everything and then just get one wallet, write your seed phrase down, and then start stacking that crypto up and then come up with a reason. Now, here's what you need to do if you are buying crypto. So let's talk a little bit about the market, then we'll go into what you need to do. So right now in the market, crypto is as hot as it's ever been in the history of crypto right now. We have, laws that are coming through for crypto. We have a win with the XRP case. It looks like they are dropping the appeals for the lawsuit that won for the XRP case. So things are starting to globally and in the United States now, which is something that wasn't happening before, take a turn to where crypto is going to become more accepted and mass adopted. I was actually having a talk with a couple of friends of mine, and they might start making crypto content. I'm going to try to get them hooked up with some different people in the community and see if they can't start making content themselves. But they need to find their own reason to win in crypto, guys. So NV, long time no see, my friend. What is up with you? All right. So I do also want to talk about right now the institutional investing in crypto, not just Bitcoin, but now they have Ethereum ETFs, which allows these big corporations to publicly traded companies to invest in crypto. So what is happening is a lot of the market is being saturated by those people. And so what they're going to do is they're going to make it extremely psychologically difficult for you to be able to, make money in crypto if you're not ready for big, massive pumps. So what's going to happen is once we start to get to the point where crypto starts rebounding and having that real recovery, then we are going to definitely be seeing massive moves up to like 200, 300% in a week. And so what I'm trying to tell you guys is you need to first find the reason, and then you need to have the reason that you're gonna win in crypto, which is buying weekly, dollar cost averaging, buying the dip. As soon as crypto goes down, you buy. And if ICP stays at $5 for 3 months, you just accumulate anytime you get a paycheck. It's as simple as that. So what I want to say right now, though, is the internet computer is right at that midway point. So if you look at a lot of other cryptos, because honestly, I'm not going to lie to you guys, there's been a couple times that I questioned, how long it would take the internet computer to really blast off. And I think this bull market is going to put ICP into a different category. We're going to see it up into the top 15, if not the top 10. We're going to see CKB, stay in that top 100 spot and even move to top 50. So, he said, when can we see an ICP ETF? So this is actually something where it's going to be a little bit more difficult to see in the United States. Right now, Dominic Williams is working with a lot of these foreign governments. They've had deals with multiple different nations in the EU, all across Europe, that have really supported the internet computer. But when it comes to the United States, you saw Dominic Williams just came here in San Francisco for the first time in the United States in a while. So I think they're going to start focusing, especially with the launch of Caffeine AI. So this is why I think it's possible. I don't think it's going to be happening this bull market, but maybe by the next bull market, we could see something like an ICP ETF. One, because it is that cloud storage platform. So if institutions invest in ICP ETFs, they can also use the technology to store all of their data on chain. So it could really actually bring in a lot of usage to the internet computer to get these big companies' eyes on the internet computer. Now there is, I believe, a European ETF. What I don't remember exactly what it's called, UEA. I don't remember exactly what the European ETF is called, ETU. I don't remember, but I think there is some sort of a publicly traded ETF type deal for ICP in the European Union. So that being said, it being able to move over to the United States, they have some of the best lawyers behind them. They have some of the smartest engineers and developers. So if anybody is going to be able to get this done, it would be the people on ICP. That was a very good question, though. There it is, ETP. Oh, Ham, he knows exactly what I'm talking about. He says in Europe, they have an ICP ETP, which is the European equivalent of an ETF. Valor is the name of the company behind it. I remember Valor. ETP is what it was called, though. Okay, that's good news because having that kind of institutional adoption throughout crypto. Now, so I just want to say something to people because every time I tell people about crypto, it's like, oh, if I want to invest, I'll invest in stocks, well, or gold. So crypto is a new currency, right? That has been only been out for since 2008. It launched really in 2009. Bitcoin did. So basically, this is a new technological advancement in money. So if you think about where we are in the history of crypto and people are still resilient to it, this is the best time that you can possibly be to be into crypto for that reason. Plus, the total crypto market cap is almost half of that of gold. It's a little under half of that of the value of gold. And so when you think of the value, when you think of the big rich businessmen like Elon Musk, Donald Trump, that are all invested in crypto, they're making their own cryptos, they're integrating their cryptos with their companies, they're using companies to buy massive amounts of crypto. And all these other rich people that are starting, like even Meta is starting to do things with crypto, I heard. So there's a lot of different things that are happening right now. Amazon was looking for a lead crypto analyst so that they could start thinking about getting, crypto integrated into the Amazon ecosystem. And if crypto ever gets integrated to where you can pay with crypto in the Amazon ecosystem, and then crypto starts to get mass adopted, because think of one of the richest people in the world, Jeff Bezos, and then imagine how much money Amazon makes, and imagine if only a fifth of that went into crypto, or tenth of that went into crypto, how high it would send crypto. So not only ICP, right now is the best time to get into any crypto. It's like basically, getting into the stock. I don't know when the stock market started, but I'm sure right when you got into the stock market, all of these publicly traded companies were undervalued and they all ended up skyrocketing and people made money. So what you need to think about right now is, one, the reason that you're in crypto, the reason behind why you're going to be able to stay in crypto. Because if you don't have a reason, you're going to sell it the first time it goes down. You're not going to make it sometimes 6 months in the bull market of the price just being down. This is something that you learn over experience and time in the bull market. And like I said, this is my second bull market. And so I'm used to this and I'm ready for those big spikes with my alert set, my limit orders ready to go, or just offhand ready to sell when the price starts to go up. So let's see what we got here. He says, we talking 50 to 70. So, I mean, that's possible that it only goes to 50 to 70 this cycle, especially with where we're at now. It would have to tend to about 14x to get to $50 to $70, but I think that's completely possible. We could see a possible 5 to 7x in 1 week. So with that being said, with some of the blow off tops we've seen, we could be talking about $50 to $70. We could be talking about upwards to about $150 is my high. So I'm still talking about those levels because I do think it's possible with one final push to break through that resistance at about that $20 range. I see us moving straight to 40 after that. And if we're able to hold that 40 level, we could just see a massive spike somewhere between $50 and $150 and then a blow off top. So I'm going to be ready. I think that's what's going to happen more than us going up to 150 and staying there for a while this cycle, just with everything that we've seen. And we really only have one more big rally in this bull market. So next big rally, guys, it's going to be time to sell. And I think it's going to happen between September and November. We're gonna start to see those massive moves. I think by the end of this month, we should see ICP plus $10. We should see other cryptos start to really take off because Ethereum's already done a lot. So we're gonna see Ethereum move to about $6,000, I think, by the end of September. Even though it's normally Rectember, but that's normally in the bear market, right? So I just wanted to talk about all of this because sometimes I have to search for my reason why I'm in crypto. Why did I do this? Why am I still doing this? Do I want to make a video? Yeah, of course I do. My community. The opportunities that this has brought to me, the money that I could possibly make in crypto, there's so many upsides. So the reasons that you have to be in crypto are going to be the determinant if you're going to succeed or fail. And that's what I've learned over time. It's the longevity game. So I had to step away for a while so that I could write the rest of my life, so that this could be a part of my life and not my whole life, because I was making it just about everything I did. And it was starting to psychologically make it harder for me to hold over the long term. So once I got my head right, things are going to, obviously get better. And so you just have to go back to that core sometimes of why I got in crypto. Why did I start this? Why did I work so hard to get to where I'm at right now? And am I going to give up all of that? Because it gets a little bit hard. So it's just like anything in life, you have to fight for it. So, okay, hold on. Oh, you think ETH is going for 10K, 16 XRP? Wait, what? For 10? ETH at 16, XRP 17, and so on. I have no clue what that means, my friend. Maybe if you had 10 Ethereum, you'd want a lot more than 16 XRP though. But yeah, so now let's talk about the amount of crypto. So I wanted to talk about those reasons, and then now it's all about the amount of crypto. So I think in order to make any kind of life-changing money in crypto, you need to have $10,000 invested. I wouldn't recommend throwing $10,000 at once, and I'm not telling you to go throw $10,000 in crypto. That's not what we're talking about. But if you are thinking about investing in crypto and you've already decided that's what I'm going to be doing, now I think anywhere between 5 and 10,000 would be sufficient. But I think if you have somewhere around $10,000 worth of ICP at $5, even if we only go to $50, which is only 10x, I'm so confident we're going to $50. If you have at least $10,000 worth of ICP, which would be what? 2,000 ICP right now, little less, like 1,800 ICP. If you had right around 1,800, which I know some of you in the chat do, then you are definitely on track to be winning, because you could make over let's see, 10,000. We go to 50, you're gonna have over $100,000. So if you're able to do that with multiple cryptos, like have 10,000 in ICP, have 4,000 in CKB, have, half a Bitcoin. So these are all the things. It's not time to buy Bitcoin right now, though. I wouldn't even be buying a lot of Ethereum, maybe a little bit, because it is probably going to double in price, but you're not going to gain big gains off Ethereum this market. It might go to 10K, but that's just like 2.5x. So you turn 10 into 25,000 if you put 10 in Ethereum. But I would be looking at like higher cap gems like ICP. I would be looking at Algorand. I'd be looking at ACH. I would be looking at these other cryptos that actually have use case that other platforms need to use to survive. And the internet computer is going to be one of those platforms that every other crypto is going to utilize for its AI capabilities. And then ACH is one of those payment on ramps that just about every crypto has to use. So if you don't invest in ACH, you're basically choosing not to invest in all of the cryptos that crypto is tied to. So when it comes to these cryptos, you have to understand the use case. You have to understand how to buy. Now I'm telling you, like, hold 1,800 ICP, 10 grand worth of ICP. Well, what does it do? So that's something you have to watch a lot of my videos, because it's really hard to explain in a short amount of time. But basically, it's a crypto that is like a cloud storage platform like Amazon Web Services. It can host, so even traditional Web 2 stacks, which is just your regular internet, has problems hosting AI completely with compatibility. There's issues, there can be bottlenecks, lags, just a lot of different stuff that can really happen. And the internet computer has brought AI on chain in a way that is more user friendly. And the thing is, it seems like crypto is so hard. Everybody doesn't understand it. But then they made something so simple like caffeine AI. And it really trips me out because I thought the same thing when I got in crypto. I was like, this is just, going to take me a long time to learn. It's going to be like learning to code. It's something that's going to be a process. It's going to be time consuming. It's going to be something that I'm going to have to dedicate and find a reason to do. And so what I, found out is that it's actually a lot simpler than it seems. It's a lot like having a bank account, your wallet, except your PIN number is your passphrase. So it's just like a series of numbers instead of a PIN code, and you need that in order to get into your account. Then I found out, well, I can speak to an app and it can build an app for me. I can just speak to it, and this is crypto. So these kind of things where you can do things, they can be mass adopted. That's what I'm looking for in crypto. And that's why I found the internet computer, and CKB is doing some really cool things. So the integration of crypto too, like CKB is doing a lot of interesting things with Bitcoin and the original RGB++, which is a very interesting feature that connects CKB to Bitcoin. So, and then Internet Computer has the CKBTC, which is, and I'm Bitcoin renegade, right? I started out with Bitcoin. Go back, look at my first videos. That's all I was talking about was Bitcoin. And then I found other cryptos. I had half a Bitcoin. I was doing really well. Bought a bunch of ICP, and then found out that this is the fundamental crypto for me. And I'm going to start talking about other cryptos. I know I've said that before, but this bull market has really opened my eyes to diversifying for money's sake. Like, I love ICP, but for my trading sake, I am going to diversify. I'm going to keep 90. Well, I'm going to find, I don't know my exact odds, but I'm going to have a certain percentage of my folder just ICP, not like altcoins in general. My certain percentage is going to be probably around 30 to 40% ICP. I'm only going to be doing no Bitcoin right now, not until the bear market. Like, I'm done buying Bitcoin for right now, because you can't even double your money in Bitcoin right now, unless you buy like a couple Bitcoin and then make like 20 grand off each. It's hard to make a lot of money. And I want to make at least 50 to 100 grand this bull market. That is my goal as an entrepreneur, as someone who's been in this over 4 years, someone who made about 20 grand the last bull market. So I want to be somewhere between 40 and 50 on this bull market. One, with my promotions that I've made, and two, with just my crypto trading as well. If I can do both of those things, then I'm a success. And if I don't, I at least want to make the 20K, but I'm confident that I'm going to make at least 50K. Like I said, 10 grand in crypto, in ICP, and I think you can make anywhere from 50 to 100K this bull market. And then I'm going to diversify. I'm going to be doing other projects, and I'm going to be building my crypto portfolio and, expanding. I might go back to the graph and see what's going on, because they have some cool stuff with their indexing and the way that they have AI capabilities. I'd like to see how I'd like to do some research on how to integrate AI from the internet computer into other blockchains, because I think with the way that the graph works and the way the internet computer works, if there was a way to fundamentally interlock those cryptos with some sort of a chain key transaction bridgeless bridge, then that would be beneficial for ICP and the graph. So I think I might go to that community, one, to spread awareness about ICP, and two, to branch out to these other crypto communities. I think Algorand would be another one that I've talked about in the past that would be another good fit for ICP. And I think the narrative of the chain key has fell a lot. So I think we need to start focusing back on that chain key aspect of the internet computer, because that's one of the things that attracted me there in the first place, and that will get other users. And if the internet computer is hooked up to, 50, 100, top 100 cryptos, then I think that would bring success for the internet computer and for all other cryptos that have the benefit of the internet computer's capabilities. So I just want to let you guys know I am going to be making probably 2 videos a week. Some weeks it might only be 1. Some weeks it might be 3. But I'm going to try to be here for the rest of the bull market, at least once a week to touch base with you, but probably twice, and to make videos and start, having people on the channel again. I might bring some new guys that want to make crypto videos on the channel, so that they can be introduced to the community. You guys can say hi to them. Some people think the 4-year cycle is dead. So that to me, I don't believe. So right now, I think this is what I was talking about, that psychology of the market. That this is said every single bull market. Even when I was in it, I saw videos from the previous bull market that said this exact same thing. People are calling it a super cycle. And I don't believe that's so. Now, I could be wrong, but I'm a patterns guy. And I follow a pattern until the end. So the trend is your friend until the end. And as long as you have 2,800 ICP locked, you're good to go. Like on God, you are good to go. Oh, here we go. We got some more comments. Let me get back to this. Yeah, Trilly. Trilly. Yeah. So this thing is like ETH in 2017 from 10 to 140. If we get the same kind of run, we're going to be at like 250 and prime for a $500 billion market cap in 2030. I think that is one of the most intelligent things that has been said from it. So we've talked about this. Thank you for saying this. This is a huge topic on the channel. Having a liquid bag of ICP is good. I wouldn't have more than 100 liquid ICP, and what I mean by that is during like the bear market. So during the bull market, I would definitely have 1 to 1,000 ICP as liquid. But what I would be having done is having that locked up from the previous bear market to that bull market, having it unlock in the bull market and having liquid ICP. So then you can wait for the price to go up. You can sell that ICP and make a lot of money. And then what you can do is as soon as the bull market's over and we see ICP at really low prices, and even at $5, we might not see ICP at these prices anymore. So what I would definitely say is yes. But I would also have that 8-year bag because one, you can earn staking rewards at a very high rate, up to 15%. And two, you can withdraw those rewards weekly and live off of those rewards. And some people get upwards to 10 ICP per day. So you could be printing 300 ICP per month, depending on how many ICP you have locked up, and then just sell those liquid bags and make the staking reward your liquid bags of ICP and have that 8-year neuron. Or you could have liquid ICP and 8-year neuron and just restake those ICP and compound your interest. I'm a staking guy. This is what we do is we find ways to make our money make us more money. And that's the point of crypto. Yes, we're in a kind of down part in the market, but we still find ways to make money when the price is down. And that's why we're in crypto, because we're smart. We like to make money and we recognize a good thing. So having liquid ICP is absolutely crucial. One, you could buy some tokens that just launched that have little pumps, get out, or hold those tokens if you believe in the project, or whatever you want to do. But yes, having a liquid bag of ICP is crucial, whether that's just a bag that you bought or from staking rewards from your 8-year neuron. So that's definitely something that I would be telling you guys in the future to be, really stacking up those bags that you can, have those rewards when the market is down. So it's still like you're making money in crypto, even though the price is going down. You're adding extra crypto and extra dollars. So that's a definite yes for me on that. And that's a very, 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 very good question. Motivational Sub says, according to my analysis, after ETF of cryptos, crypto cycle will be of 8 years like stock markets from 4 years. Now, that is something that is yet to be seen. I think that's a very good, forecast. I don't 100% agree with that because the market is so young. The stock market is a matured market. And I think that could be a possibility in the future, but I think it's a little ways off from right now. That's a very good, interesting point to think about, though, because crypto is so similar to the stock market in the way the charts move, in the way that, global news affects how crypto and the stock markets move. They are very similar in a lot of ways. Now, crypto is a currency, though. Let's not get this twisted. So stocks are a share in a company, which is the value of a company, that the value exists only how they do in that specific time frame. Now, cryptocurrency is a currency that can be bought and sold. So a market share has to be stocks, right? So if there's an ETF, it can be bought and sold on the open market by these companies, but it's still a currency that has a secondary exchange, which means it has value at the value it is right now and wouldn't have to be sold on an exchange to trade the stock for cash, right? So it's a little bit different. It's very similar though. And so I could see that possibly happening in the future once the crypto market matures and starts to integrate a little bit more with the stock market in the traditional daily financial system. But as of right now, I would say that the stock market is more of where the older generation and the older money is at for right now. And I think when that older money as a whole, like when the internet first came out, it was, you know, the technologically advanced that started first, and then the whole world had to adopt it eventually. And I think that's where we're kind of at with crypto, is it's going to be that technology shift where there is some pushback, but it's widespread. The value of it is so high that it can't be ignored anymore. Just like Redbox took out Blockbuster because the value of one thing overturned the value of what used to be. So crypto, you can spend it now. There's, you know, legal regulation. So I think, yes, eventually we'll get there. I think it would, but I think for this cycle, we're still on the halving. So we have to look at it this way. What is going to change the market from a 4-year to an 8? Well, it would have to be something to do with the halving of Bitcoin, because that is what the entire market is tied to. Like the stock market doesn't have like an event that is going to make it an 8-year cycle. The reason that crypto is and will be a 4-year cycle, I believe, until it breaks, and you guys can argue, and I think you have good points. Like this is a very good point, but I'm just arguing my point of view on this good point. So I think that with the halving, the way that it halves the amount of rewards miners get built into Bitcoin, that basically it's going to be stuck on that 4-year cycle because Bitcoin is that 4-year halving event every single time. So what happens is the value of other cryptos get tied to the Bitcoin halving event because Bitcoin carries so much of that market cap and moves the entire crypto market. So with that being said, it would have to be a place where Bitcoin has some of the value that the stock market would have. Right now, we're sitting at some $1 trillion, like almost half of the market cap of gold. So what would essentially have to happen is that Bitcoin and crypto would have to get to somewhere around $100 trillion market cap to, maybe not that high, but I think once we start getting in the 20 trillions, then we can start seeing it start acting more like that, because miners, it might be a different way of getting those rewards. So it might lengthen that cycle, but to where, you know, miners are only selling every other cycle because it's become, you know, such a stable market that it's not worth it for them to be selling at that time. And then, you know, Bitcoin isn't going to be for the average investor anymore. It's going to be more that rich old money, and like the same people that move in the stock market. So I'm glad we're far away from that right now, to be honest with you. I think there's a lot more money to be made in crypto before the big old money gets in. That would mean we're not early in crypto if that was the case. So let's pray that's not the case. I don't think it is, but I think in the future that could definitely be possible. Good point. So I think that's about all we're going to have. I'll be back to doing TA again Monday. I just thought I'd do a little talker video, and you guys, I love it when you bring the heat because you give me some good points to touch on that I'm not thinking of at the time. Just find your reason, guys. Your reason to be in crypto. Find the reason that you're going to win in crypto. Those are the two main things, and if you have those two things and you have a little bit of brains on you, you're going to be successful in crypto. So, guys, get your ICP, get your crypto. And support the channel, you know, support your favorite creators. We're out here, we're trying to educate the masses about crypto, and we can't do it without you guys. So thank you. All right, guys, that being said, goodbye and good ICP. Bang!